Hello everybody, this is Albert with the Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 tisanes, otherwise known as herbals, that you should be drinking in terms of health. Now before we begin, if you haven't been to Green, Texas, which is a little hamlet outside of New Braunfels, Texas, halfway between San Antonio and Austin, come visit us. We'd like to meet you. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell so these episodes come fresh to you, and post a comment. So we are a tea house, so most of the episodes here are focused on Camellia sinensis, otherwise known as the tea plant, but we do sell, 12 to 15 tisanes. Our new March tea is golden milk, which is a tisane, so that's going to be turmeric, ginger, black pepper, cloves, and cinnamon. So we do have a good amount of tisanes, and they are important to have. Like, they're important to drink. I would tell you, the tea plant is the healthiest beverage overall in terms of the amount of antioxidants, in particular polyphenols and catechins. So it is the healthiest drink on the planet. But there is a time and place for tisanes. Now, if you talk to an herbalist, they'll tell you herbs are the more important. Tea, Arabica bean, it's all about herbs and burdock root and lemongrass and all these obscure herbs. I'm not saying that they aren't important, but I would say that Camellia sinensis is a healthier drink overall, and I would definitely recommend you drink it daily. Different categories, but drink it daily. Now, when it comes to the tisanes, I will just posit out my 5 top healthiest tisanes, or what I think are the 5 healthiest that you should be incorporating into your life, and you'll see why. Most of these are going to be for remedying the more common problems that we Americans have. So in no particular order, chamomile. Chamomile is renowned for helping with what a lot of Americans deal with today: anxiety, stress, and because of anxiety and stress, insomnia. So chamomile is a great tisane to drink at night, or when you have headaches. That's another thing it's known for, or when you're just really, really anxious. All right. Another one is going to be hibiscus. Now, hibiscus is an acquired taste. I'm recording this in late February, and we just finally somebody passed the hibiscus challenge. And the hibiscus challenge was finishing a small teapot of tea, hot hibiscus, not cold, because we do sell it cold, but drinking hot hibiscus and finishing a small or a large teapot. A small teapot's 20 ounces, so it's not a lot. And so for the first 9 months we were open, nobody could finish hibiscus because it's so tart. And we do have a hibiscus ginger, by the way. So the ginger, I think, mellows out the tartness of hibiscus, otherwise known as jamaica. But recently, finally, somebody was like, I love hibiscus, and they were just like gulping it down. They finished it with no problem. So hibiscus is probably most famous for helping with hypertension or high blood pressure. So if you do have high blood pressure, which, let's face it, for the next, these 4 tisanes we're going to mention now, so many Americans have these. If you have high blood pressure, I would say hibiscus is the go-to to drink it. And since we put in ginger as well, I'd say about 20% of it's ginger. Ginger is the greatest anti-inflammatory root, along with its cousin, turmeric. So it also makes it very healthy. But if you have high blood pressure, drink some hibiscus and just suck it up. Drink it cold if you need to. The third one I'm going to mention is rooibos. So rooibos from South Africa is an Afrikaan word. We commonly mispronounce it and call it rooibos, but it's like rooibos. Is a shrub that is renowned for lowering cholesterol. So if you have, especially the high LDL or bad cholesterol, if you have hyperlipidemia, rooibos is great. Rooibos is also very good for lowering blood pressure as well. And it has a good amount of antioxidants, especially if you drink green rooibos, which is kind of like the Camellia sinensis equivalent. Rooibos is commonly oxidized. The red rooibos, the common rooibos that most people drink, is going to be oxidized or broken down. So green rooibos will be drinking rooibos where it hasn't been oxidized, like 0%. So kind of like green tea. So that'd be the third one I do want to mention. Another one that I do want to mention is cinnamon. So drinking cinnamon bark, pure cinnamon from the cinnamon tree, not cinnamon spice, not anything like that, but using true cinnamon, either drinking it as a tisane or putting it on your yogurt bowls or wherever you're getting, just get good quality Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon is the better quality cultivar of cinnamon over cassia. Cassia is the other kind of cultivar that you will find at grocery stores. But cinnamon is great for regulating blood sugar. So it's great for diabetics, pre-diabetics, and whatnot. It helps with insulin absorption into the body. So all diabetics should be incorporating cinnamon into their diet. So if you look at 3 of the 4 that I've just mentioned, this is what we call the metabolic syndrome. So the metabolic syndrome is going to be type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and hypertension. And normally thrown in there is obese. So when you're obese, you tend to have all 4 of these things. And this is why I picked 3 out of those 4, because these are maladies that a lot of Americans, given that we're the most obese we've ever been in human history, sadly, are dealing with. So there are going to be tisanes that you can drink for like cough and for sore throats and for sinus, but those are spot treatments. You only get those a couple of times a year. But when it comes to overall health, I would tell that these 4 are the most important to incorporate all the time, unless you're young and don't have those problems, anxiety, insomnia, and then high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and diabetes. But most of us who are older, who might have a little weight on them or might have one of those conditions, these 4, especially these 3, I should say, not including chamomile, are really tisanes that we should incorporate. And that's why I would call them the healthiest that you should be drinking day out, day out. So in review, chamomile, rooibos, hibiscus, and cinnamon bark. Guys, post in the comments if you don't agree or you want to throw in another one. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. God bless.